Shalom, everybody. Give me a second, please. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why, that's the problem. Shalom, everybody. Give me a second, please. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why, if you can hear me in the chat, can you type in 1 or something? That's the problem. So everybody, give me a second, please. Hello. So I apologize for being late as usual. My web browser wouldn't work. So I had all kind of problems, but I figured it out and we're gonna get started, okay? And there's like a huge delay with my camera. Let me see if this is all right. This is not good. Hold on. A huge delay. Why is the delay so long? Okay, y'all, so we're gonna get ready. Let me see if I can make this work without having problems, all right? So put it in the chat if there's a problem or call me. Let me put my number in the chat. If you all can hear me or if there's a problem, give me a call. Let me know what it is. I see, let's see. Call in at this number if you want to talk or say something, give your opinion. Okay, 554-9419. All right, so that's USA. Okay, if you want to call in on that number, all right, you're welcome to. But if there's a problem, call me and let me know, okay, y'all? And it would be easier. So I don't do this whole live. Let's see. What the heck? Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Okay. Thanks, Jimmy. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my account, man. I mean, this is crazy. Uh, okay, maybe this is it. Finally, all right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, okay, so this is crazy. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. All right, Shalawama, everyone. Thank you, Jimmy, for letting me know. I appreciate that. So let me try to get things going. All right. So today we're going to talk about that the Israelites are Moors. That's the topic I really want to deal with today. And as we deal with that topic, try to, for those who are listening to this video, try to think about not religion and you know, and that sort of thing, but think about the facts and the material, okay, that we're going to cover. All right. So all right, are we in PowerPoint? Let's see if we got all right, so we got it up. All right. So approach this from a intellectual point of view, not a theological point of view, because I can assure you this does not match any type of Hebrew Israelite doctrine, Christian doctrine, or Judaism type of doctrine. And you can find this information in law. Okay, you can find it represented or documented in law. What we're going to do in this video is what we always do. We're going to look at the law, or these are the commandments, and we're going to get an understanding of what those laws are. We're going to identify them in Western law. So today we're going to use the Black's Law Dictionary, okay? We're going to use the Black's Law Dictionary to do some correlations, okay? And also we're going to use the US Organic Constitution, but whether we do that today, I don't know. We might only cover this slide. I think what I'm going to do is do one slide a day until we get through this whole thing, so we can keep this within, let's say, 10, 15 minutes. And we'll do, I think there are maybe 8 or 9, maybe 10 slides, I think somewhere around there. But we'll do one slide, okay? And then tomorrow we'll do another one. So maybe this will be 8 to 10 episodes, okay, instead of doing everything at once. So we'll break it up to make it more manageable. All right. So let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. If you want to call in, again, the phone number is in the chat, okay? Because I'm not going to watch the chat box, okay? So here we go. Let's make this fun. All right. All right. So the basis of this lecture, again, is going to be law, not theology. And we're going to look at the topic, Hebrew Israelites are Moors. Yes, Hebrew Israelites are Moors. All right. Now, the broad topic that we're going to look at is that the Israelites, or the house of Yasharala, are not only Moors, but we are also the quote unquote, or connotatively speaking, we are the powers on earth. Okay, in modern language, they would say we are the gods on earth. Okay, that's connotative. And we are also the law. Okay, so how can we say that? And why is it important? That's the key, right? Now, if you understand this, This will take you far in life, okay? Very, very far in life. This has to do with us coming back to the Most High. Know who you are, okay? Why know who you are? Because the Most High tells us what? When you're at the crossroads, look for the ancient paths, all right? So let's begin with the Coverdale Bible, written in 1535, okay? Why is this important? Because we see that the Negroid-looking people, these people with dark skin, right? Woolly hair, and other forms of hair. It's just, more simply means a dark person, but especially the Negro, okay? So any dark complexion person, all right? Moor is not a religion. A Moor is not the Moor Science Temple. It is not a religion, okay? And I'm not saying that the Moor Science Temple is a religion, but that's the misconception, okay? People think that the Moor Science Temple of America is a religion, okay? So Moor and Moor Science Temple of America, that's two separate things, okay? The Moor Science Temple of America came in existence in the early 1900s. Moors have been around from the beginning, okay? So it is not a religion, okay? And I'm not talking about the Moor Science Temple at all in this lecture, all right? I'm talking about Moors, a people, okay? A nationality, not a religion, not an organization, not a temple, okay? I hope I made that completely clear. All right, so the Coverdale Bible, written in 1535. Let's read the verse here. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 7. O ye children of Israel, are ye not unto me, even as the Morians, saith the Most High. Okay, so Morians, if you look that up, Morians is more. Okay, Morians means Moors. So here we see as early as the 1500s, Moors are in the Bible. So we have to think about, why did they take Moors out of the Bible? Why didn't they use it everywhere? Now let's take a look at this verse, the same verse in a different Bible, okay? And let's ask ourselves, why did they take it out? All right. So give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Why did they take the word more out? Hold on. All right, so here we are. Oops. Why did they take, that's Amos chapter 9, verse 7. Amos 9. All right, so we go to Amos chapter 9. Remember, why did they take the word more out? That's what we're looking at. Why did they, oh man. Okay, y'all, give me a second. My web browser's not working. Let me try it again. Hold on, y'all. Stop privacy essentials. All right, so let's see. Okay, so all right, here we go. Amos 9. All right, so let's look at Amos 9. We'll look at the verse in the modern English, all right? And we'll see what it says. Now, remember, we have to ask ourselves, why did they take it out? Okay, so let's see. Amos 9, verse 7. Amos 9, verse 7, here it is. All right. Let me blow that up for those who may not be able to see what we're looking at. So as you can see, Amos 9, verse 7 says what? Are not you Israelites the same to me as Cushites? Moors, okay, so they're using Cushite instead of Moor. Okay, who are the Cushites? People from the Upper Nile region. Okay, but that's not a complete meaning, all right? So Cushites, right? Cushites, Moors. Cushites are Moors, but there are other families, right? Other nations in that too. So let's go back to our presentation. So we established right now that Moors is in the Bible, and they are right now Cushites. All right, so let's continue. We'll go to back to our slide. Genesis chapter 2. All right, Genesis chapter 2 is where the man was created from the soil of the ground. Everyone should know this verse. I don't think I have to. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and read it for those people who are not familiar with it. We'll read the verse, all right? So we'll go to Genesis chapter 2. Okay, Genesis chapter 2. And this is a day where we should be very, very happy. Okay, as I bring this information out, this is a day for me, celebration. Okay, this is a day for celebration, to be happy, because this is extremely important. Not only is it important, but you can gain some tangible, meaningful, lasting benefits, concrete benefits, okay, that improve your life. All right. This is Genesis chapter 2 in the NIV Bible. Okay. Now let's look at verse 7, which is here. If you look at the highlight. All right. Then it says, the Most High formed the man from the dust of the ground. So the dust of the ground would be the soil, okay, the land, okay. The Most High formed the man from the land and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and the man became a living being. So this man was from the ground, right? He's created, his body was created from the ground. His physical body is created from the ground. So now we established that. That's actually critical. That's a critical point, okay? Critical point. All right, now remember, we're talking law. We're talking law, not religion. Law, not religion, all right? Okay, so here's Genesis chapter 2, the natural man. We just established that. Why is the man natural? Because he was sprung from the ground. Sprung from the ground is the meaning of the word autochthonous. Autochthonous means sprung from the ground. Adam was made from the dust of the ground, or from the soil of the ground. Therefore, Adam sprung from the ground. Okay, critical point. Very, very critical point. Now, there's a principle in law. There's an inseparable relationship, scholars, between land and law. Inseparable relationship. Land and law goes hand in hand, as you can see in this bullet point right here where the cursor is. Let me change the cursor so I can try to make it more visible. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So here we are, right there. So land and law go hand in hand. What does that mean? That means that they are inseparable, okay? In Western law, the principle is land and law go hand in hand. Now, what does that mean for us? What does it mean for us? Take a look at that next bullet point. Man, okay, remember that first man in Genesis chapter 2, and all of his seed that followed. So that man, that first man, that initial man that was sprung from the ground, he had seed, and then his seed had children. Okay, they had seed, and each generation had seed, more and more seed, right? More and more seed, all from the original man who was sprung from the ground. Okay. Now, in law, what does it mean to be sprung from the ground? Sprung from the ground, in law, the term is portable land, portable land. So anything of value that comes from the ground is called portable land. It is land. Okay, so portable land and land are the substance and subject matter of the law. So land, which includes all things that are sprung from it, okay, are the substance and subject matter of the law. Now, what's the correlation to the US Constitution? How do we correlate that? Or what's the divine principle in the US Constitution? Why is it divine? Well, this is just language that's commonly used to say it has the principle has its origin in the Bible. That's all it means, so divine. So what's divine? Gold and silver. Gold and silver are money in the US Constitution. Only gold and silver can be used to pay a debt, right? In other words, gold and silver is substance. Gold and silver is the substance and subject matter of the law. So why is it the substance? Because it's real, it's concrete, and it has value. It has an inherent value, right? You show someone gold or you show someone silver, and you don't have to teach them anything, right? Automatically, they know its value. The value is inherent in the gold and the silver itself, and it's also inherent in our minds, right? That it has value. Other precious metals too. I mean, there are other things that are made from the soil that obviously have value. It has inherent value. Well, guess what? The man who sprung from the soil in Genesis chapter 2, he and all of his seed are also what? The substance and subject matter of the law, right? We have inherent value. This is what? The inherent rights, okay? These are things that are inherent. Nobody has to tell anybody. It's just inward, okay? So we have natural law, right? These things are inherent, okay? So this is the subject matter. So in other words, the man, the gold and the silver, this is the subject matter of the law. But what have we seen? What have we seen with regard to the substance and subject matter of the law in modern times? Well, we're going to get to that, okay? But right now, let's just establish the fact. I'm going to show a document, all right? Let me show a document for you all. Okay. All right. So this document here, okay, where is it at? Okay, so take a look right here. All right, here we are. It says here, in pertinent part, from the integral relationship between the law and the land. It is a fundamental principle of law that the land and the law go hand in hand. And in America, without the 14th Amendment, the law and the land is the Constitution. Y'all get that? Let me read that again. In America, without the 14th Amendment, the law of the land is the Constitution with its common law principles and its substance of gold and silver. Now, what's missing right there? What's missing right there? What about that man, that Moor? Okay, why is that not there? Why is the Moor not there? This is so fundamental, so important. Let's read it again. It says, in America, note, without the 14th Amendment, without the 14th Amendment, the law of the land is the Constitution with its common law principles. Common law is common sense. Common law is synonymous with natural law. And the essence of the Most High's commandments that are recorded in Scripture is what? Common law. So the essence of natural law, the essence of the Most High's instructions, okay, the Mosaic covenant, the essence of it is natural law. Natural law is common law, okay? Common law is simply common sense, do no harm. Do no harm. So in America, without the 14th Amendment, the law of the land is the Constitution. This is the organic Constitution with its common law or natural law or Torah principles, right? Everybody knows Torah. okay, with its principles, that is, do no harm, and its substance, right? The substance comes from the ground, portable land, with its substance of gold and silver, okay? I'm going to continue reading. Without getting too deep into the operation of common law, it is this principle regarding the relationship of land and law that, by its operation, threw up an obstacle to corporate real estate ownership. For in order to charter a statutory, that's a civil law, for in order to charter a statutory entity to handle the substance of the common law, which is land, special, if not extraordinary, legal circumstances must exist, which, prior to the removal of the fixed gold standard in 1933, i.e. the removal of substance of the law, were non-existent. So what is this telling us? What is this telling us? Let's go through it again. All right, let me get the cursor there for everyone. All right. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Without getting too deep into the operation of common law, it is the principle regarding the relationship of land and law. What's that principle? They cannot be separated, right? There is an inseparable relationship between land and law. They go hand in hand. Why? Because land is the substance and the subject matter of law, okay? That's a well-established principle. So now let's continue with this, okay? It's, okay, without getting too deep into the operation of common law, it is the principle regarding the relationship of land and law that, by its operation, notice what happened, threw up an obstacle to corporate real estate. For in order for a charter, now a charter is not alive, is it? It's not flesh and blood, okay? So a charter is what? The creation of somebody. It's a fiction of the mind, right? It's a legal creation or a legal creature. It's not alive. That's the point. It's not alive. For in order for a charter, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. For in order to charter a statutory or civil law entity to handle, that means what? Handle means to own, okay, to have control over the substance of the law. Okay, now the substance of the law is what? Mores, anything of value. But in this case, what's being spoken about? Land in general, right? Land in general. What else? Okay, so let me go back. The substance of the common law, land, continues, special, if not extraordinary, legal circumstances must exist. So in other words, a creature of the law cannot own gold and silver. It cannot own a moor. It cannot own anything that's defined as land. Okay, now we're going to go into that definition after this. I should have done that definition first. But anyway, y'all follow along with me, okay? So a non-living entity, a legal creature, cannot rightfully own any land. Okay, that means it cannot own a moor. It cannot own gold and silver. It cannot own any precious metal or anything else that has value that's extracted from the land. Okay, it cannot do it. So what did they do? Here's the answer. It says special, if not what? Extraordinary legal circumstances must exist. Must exist for what? For these legal creatures or charters to own land, gold, silver, moors, other precious metals, okay? Which prior to the removal of the fixed gold standard in 1933, i.e. the removal of the substance of the law, were non-existent. So in other words, they removed the gold They removed the gold as money, right? They removed the gold as money for the purpose of allowing fictions, okay, things that are not alive, like a charter, a corporation, to own things that have substance, like Amor, like gold, like silver, okay? So they broke that relationship. They broke that natural law, okay? They broke the natural law so that these corporations could own gold, silver, and you, okay, Moors. All right, now remember, this has reference to Genesis chapter 2. All right, so Genesis chapter 2, remember, we're dealing with natural people, and we're dealing with, what did it say here? Okay, so the law of the land. Okay, so we're looking at a divine principle, right? The whole basis of this, the whole basis of the Constitution, the law of the land with its common law principles and its substance of gold and silver. And they left out Moors. Why did they leave out Moors? Well, for the same reason they took Moors out of the Bible. Because Moor is your bloodline, your ancestry. Moor takes you back to Genesis chapter 2. And as a result of being sprung from the land is yours by inheritance, okay? Nobody can question that. It's inherent, okay? So I hope I'm making myself clear. If not, somebody, if it's not clear, y'all, give me a call and ask your question, and I will do my best to give you a good answer, all right? Or at least the best answer I can at the moment. All right, so let's continue. A statutory entity is inherently accountable to courts of civil legislation, of the civil legislature. That would be Congress, y'all. Okay, so statutory, these are things that are not real, right? These are corporate charters. They're under the jurisdiction. In other words, Congress has the authority over things that are not real. All right, so when you talk corporations or anything that's not real, any type of legal fiction, you have to talk the law language of statutes, federal statutes, state statutes, and that's always going to be under the authority of Congress, okay? So let's go back again. And statutory entity, a statutory entity is inherently accountable to the courts of civil, which is legislative jurisdiction, deriving subject matter jurisdiction from the corporate charter. Whereas an express trust is obviously inherent, whereas an express trust is obviously inherently accountable to courts of equity, deriving subject matter jurisdiction from the trust instrument. Okay, so what is this saying? What is this saying? This puts you back in the position where you are what? Able to govern your own mental, govern your own thoughts, govern your own behavior. That means that you have a right to do whatever you want to, okay? And if you have an issue, you go to a court of equity, all right? A court of equity. That's if you are functioning in what? Fourth Amendment, Section 2, state citizenship status, okay? Not 14th Amendment citizenship status, or if you're functioning in the capacity, what? Of your Moorish nationality. This would not apply, but you can access it, but it wouldn't apply, right? Because Moors are foreign nationals to the U.S. corporation, all right? But anyway, that's another story. So let's go back. Let's take a look at the definition of Moors before I forget to do it again. All right, so we need to take a look at the definition of Moors. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me close that out. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Moors. Let me see if the screen is showing. All right. So we're looking in the Black's Law Dictionary in the 4th edition. All right, so here we are, Black's Law Dictionary in the 4th edition. Let's look up the term land. Now, keep Genesis chapter 2 in mind. Land. In the most general sense, land comprehends any ground, soil, or earth whatsoever, as fields, meadows, pastures, woods, moors, waters, marshes, furies. Furies are potteries around the Greek time. They're made from earth, right? And heath. Okay, and heath. So notice here we see moors. Okay, moors. We see moors. So land is moors. Moors are land. Okay, moors are land. So take it back to Genesis chapter 2. You see the correlation, right? Moors are land. Why? Because Adam was sprung from the land. Therefore, the first man is what? Autochthonous. Okay. And as being autochthonous, here we see in the law, this is a law dictionary. Here we see in the law that the man is land. Okay. So that man and you and I who are sprung from the soil, we are the substance and subject matter of the law. What does it mean to be the substance? It means we are the value, right? We are the value. It is us who brings the value. There's no value without us. There's no value without anything that is sprung from the land, like gold, like silver, like moors. Okay, and the whole Constitution, with its common law principles and its substance of gold, silver, and moors, well, that's what makes the whole thing work. That's what it's about. Subject, matter, okay, and substance. All right, so moors, gold and silver, anything that has substance, that's the subject matter of the law. Okay, so in order to have substance, you have to be sprung from the soil. So in contrast to Genesis chapter 1, which is the hybrids that were created, the hermaphrodite, which is not sprung from the soil. In fact, the hermaphrodite, let's go through this. Let's go through the pan. We'll take a look at the pan. Troglodyte chimp. All right, the pan troglodyte chimp is the most violent of the chimps. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find that. I'm not going to go through any text. I just want to show a few images. Okay, so these are the pan troglodyte chimpanzees. Okay, so the hybrid troglodyte, nigger, Neanderthal, etc., whatever you want to call it, according to Moorish history, was engineered, created through the sperm of the male pan troglodyte chimpanzee. Pan troglodyte nigger chimpanzee. Nigger just means black, okay? That's all it means. It's not a racial slur. Pan troglodyte nigger chimpanzee. Okay, the black chimpanzee. And this is a very aggressive, dangerous, violent, the most violent. And there's a reason for that. We'll get into that later. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 1. All right. We'll go to Genesis chapter 1 and take a look at this. All right. Now remember, this is in contrast to Genesis chapter 2. Okay. All right. So here we are. Genesis chapter 1 is somewhere around verse 24 and 26. Okay, verse 24, Genesis chapter 4, verse 20, Genesis chapter 1, verse 24, the NIV Bible. It reads here, and the deity said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds. Oh, no, not that one. Let's go, maybe it's 26. Oh, yeah, 26. 26. Okay. Then the deity said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the heaven, the birds in the sky, rather, over the livestock and all wild animals, and over all creatures that move along the earth. Okay, so that would include Genesis chapter 2 creatures. So here we see mankind. Okay, now in Genesis chapter 1, let's take a look at chapter 2 and we'll contrast that. Okay, chapter 1, mankind was made. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, we see that man was made. So in Genesis chapter 2, man was made. And in Genesis chapter 1, mankind was made, or a kind of man. So in chapter 1, which is the hybrid troglodyte nigger, that created creature came from the sperm of the pan-troglodyte nigger chimpanzee and the egg of a Moabite woman. So it is a kind of man. And we'll get into this further in the other episodes, okay? So Genesis chapter 1, there is a kind of man, right? There is a kind of man. And then there is what? In chapter 2, there is man. So the actual man, the real man, the substance and subject matter of the law is the man who the Most High made in Genesis chapter 2. In chapter 1, we see a kind of man. And notice that this man, this kind of man was not made from the soil, right? Who is his father for this kind of man, for this troglodyte nigger or this Neanderthal? The father is a black, the pan troglodyte nigger chimpanzee. So that father chimpanzee, the father, has no inheritance. He was given, or it was given, no inheritance of land, right? Chimpanzee doesn't inherit land. Who inherited the land? Obviously, it was what? Adam and the children of Adam. Adam and his children, right? Okay, so in other words, the land was passed down to natural man, okay? So after the flood, who was left? Noah. So Noah received the earth as his inheritance from his father, okay? And then Noah gave the land through the Most High as an inheritance to his 3 sons, okay? Shem, Japheth, and Ham. And then Ham gave their sons their inheritance, okay? And these became nations. 7 nations from, 7 nations, 7 sons formed 7 nations from Japheth. 4 sons from Ham formed 4 nations, okay, from Ham. And 5 nations from Shem formed 5 nations. So that's a total of 16 nations who were given a land grant. Okay, they were given a land grant, and you can find that in Jubilees chapter 8, right? They're all given a land grant. So there's nothing remaining for the hybrid troglodyte, nigger, chimpanzee, Neanderthal, mankind, or kind of man. He has no inheritance, okay? Now, doesn't that explain why they have gone around conquering, taking people's land? All right. Okay, so that's also called what? The doctrine of in the US. Okay, so you'll find it in Unum Sanctum. Okay, Unum Sanctum, the Doctrine of Discovery. And there's another document that escapes my mind right now. How long have we been going, y'all? Okay, so we just established that. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. Where are we? All right, so let's stop right here. Okay, then we'll do another episode tomorrow on this topic. Okay, and hopefully, can somebody give me a call or say something? Let me see. Can someone say something? Give me a call if y'all want to continue, or if y'all want to stop right here. Excellent point. Let's see. All right. Okay, so there's some conversation going on in the chat. Excellent. Shalom, Darrell-El. Good to see you. I appreciate those emails that you sent me, man. I appreciate that. So Darrell-El, all ye children of Israel, are ye not unto me, even as the Morians, saith the Most High? Have not I brought Israel out of the land of Egypt to the Philistines from Captor and the Syrians from Egypt? Excellent point. Jamsh, Nami, for, I don't know what that means. Okay. So Darrell-El, that is from Tyndale Matthew version. You can get it, Bible Sword. Okay, excellent. Silly 15, L equals land, A equals air, W equals water. Water is law. And that's an excellent point, because what we're going to see as we go through this, the law of water, maritime law, becomes prominent. But this is the basis for it. Okay, so right now we're establishing the basis, the foundation. Okay, let's see. Powhatan Shield Wolf, you're good, keep going. Silly 15, why were we thrown in the ocean and maritime law applied? All right, so I'm going to save that for tomorrow, but I'll answer your question, Sealy 15. Sealy 15's question is, why were we thrown in the ocean and maritime law applied? Everything we're going over right now has exactly to do with your question, okay? And when you understand this, when you have this foundational information, it will be abundantly clear to you. Sealy 15, okay? So excellent question. I think that's the best question here today. Congratulations, Sealy 15. That's the best question. All right, so if y'all in agreement, put a 1 in the chat and we can go at, let's say, another 10 or 15 minutes. If y'all find this interesting. If you don't put a 1 in the chat, I'm going to close it out. So I'll wait a minute or two to see if anybody puts anything in the chat, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's see, what have we not done? We covered everything here. All right, excellent. We covered everything in this slide. All right. This is really fun. You know, I really enjoy doing this. All right, okay, so Israelite lineage. Let's see. All right, I don't see anything in the chat. I'm going to wait a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes, and if I don't see anything, I'm going to move forward, okay? Israelite lineage according to Ezekiel 16:3. So let's take a look at Israelite lineage. Let me stop this share. All right, Israelite lineage. Ezekiel, I think it was Ezekiel 16:3. Y'all help me stay on track. 16. All right, it's very helpful if you talk to me, okay? Here we go. Ezekiel 16:3. All right. And you know what, y'all, I just thought of something. If y'all want to read, participate, you can call in on the call-in number and read the verse if you want to participate, and you'll be able to, it'll come into the video. if you want to participate like that. So I'm going to read Ezekiel 16:3. It reads, and say, this is what the Most High says to Jerusalem. Your ancestry and birth were in the land of the Canaanites. That's the Moors. Your ancestry and birth were in the land of the Moors, the Morians, the Morians. Your ancestry and your birth were in the land of the Moors. Your father was an Amorite and your mother a Hittite. All right, now let's get into this. Let's get into this. What is the meaning of ancestry? What is the meaning of ancestry? All right. All right. The meaning of ancestry is line of descent, lineage, especially honorable, noble, aristocratic descent. That's why at Zion Law School, we always teach, and everybody is always very noble in their behavior, okay? Ancestry is line of descent, lineage, especially honorable, noble, or aristocratic descent. All right, so okay, so let's look at this further. Lineage. Okay, so in other words, Ezekiel is saying what? Your lineage is from the land of Canaan. More Hebrew Israelite. Okay. Okay. All right. Lineage. Descent in a line from a common progenitor. Genesis chapter 2. This is not religion. This is simply bloodline. Okay. This is not about Muslim, Hebrew Israelitism, Judaism, Christianity. As we can see, this is about what? Law, bloodline, inheritance, right? We mentioned Adam, we mentioned Noah, okay? We mentioned Noah's sons and the 16 nations that were formed and the land allotment that was given by what? By inheritance as recorded or documented for us in Jubilee chapter 8. Okay, there's no argument here. Let's continue. Okay, we're not talking religion. There's no room for religion, right? What was the next word that we were looking at? Okay, so Ezekiel 16. So your lineage and your birth. Okay, birth, another word for birth is what? Nativity. But we'll get into that. We're in the land of the Canaanites. Your father was an Amorite. All right, so who are these Amorites? Okay, who are these Amorites? Y'all gotta holler at me, okay? Let me know if I'm gonna stop if I don't see. Okay, all right. Okay, so, okay, Wolf, Terry P, y'all gonna keep it going. Y'all put a 1 in the chat. All right, so, all right, we're gonna keep it going. All right. What are we doing? Oh, Amorites. So let's look up genealogy of the Amorites. Genealogy. No, let's do forefather. No, I have something better. We're gonna see who the Amorites are, okay? Let's see, who were the Amorites? Let's see who their forefathers were. Okay, Amorites were an ancient nation mentioned frequently in the Old Testament. They were descendant from one of the sons of Canaan. Amorites are descended from the sons of Canaan. Amorites are descended from the sons of Canaan, Canaanite, Moors, okay, Moors. Let's go back to, I hope this is clear. Your ancestry and your birth was from the land of the Canaanites. Your father was an Amorite. Your father was a Canaanite. Your father was a Moor. And your mother a Hittite. Your mother a Hittite. So who are the Hittites? Oops. Who are the Hittites? All right, Hittites. Hittites, all right. So who are the Hittites? Okay. Hittites, y'all. Oh, let's just do a simple Encyclopedia Britannica. We do that, okay? Do a simple that. All right. Sometimes I prefer. What's going on with my search, y'all? Help me out. Ah, shoot. Okay, did we get it? All right, Hittite. This is Encyclopedia Britannica. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? All right, that's taking too long. Let me do another one. Genealogy. All right. Okay, Hittite kings. Why are they not telling us? All right, yeah, I might have to just go to the table of nations. I might have to go to the table of nations chart so you guys can see it. Okay. All right. Who were the Hittites? Let's see what we can find. Who were the Hittites? All right. Okay, who were the Hittites? As early as 1900 BCE, Indo-European, we know that's not true. Why is this not showing up? Okay, the impression is that many Hittites are living. No. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so let's see. Hittites were Anatolian people. Why are they making this so difficult, y'all? Why it's not? Okay, hold on. Let's do it again. Sorry about this, y'all. Table of Nations. Let me see if I can find it fast. Hold on. If I don't find it in a second, y'all gonna have to look that up on your own. But seeing that the Canaanites are Moors is enough to establish what we're looking for. Okay. Hittites. All right. So let's see. All right. So Hittites were from Ham. Okay. So we see it. Hittites are from Ham. Y'all see it? Okay. Moors. All right. Moors. Okay. Anyway. All right. So let's go back to where we're at. Okay. Next point. Nativity. That's a key word, right? Nativity. All right. We're going to go back to that. Maybe later. All right, so we covered all of this. All right, so Canaan father Sidon and his firstborn Heath, 16, and the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Girgashites. So we covered everything on this slide as we did that. All right, so I think we've been going, what, at least an hour? I'm not sure. I think we've been going at least an hour. So let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. So we're going at least an hour. Let's see what we can cover next. All right. But keep in mind for tomorrow, this word nativity. Okay. Keep that in mind, scholars. Nativity for tomorrow. All right. All right. So what else? Okay. Isaiah 19:25. Okay. That's the new KJV. Whom the Most High of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed is Egypt, my people, capital M, personal pronoun, specifically speaking of the Most High, okay? Egypt, my people, Moors. Assyria, Moors, the work of my hands. Some translations will say land instead of the work of my hands, land. Blessed are Egypt, my people, Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, or Yasharala, my inheritance. Y'all see that? Okay. What is this word blessed? In Ibaryath, blessed means what? The scholars at Zion Law School, they know this. Blessed means that the Most High is going to kneel before you, in this case, these people groups, these nations, and give them a gift of tangible substance, right? Things that have value. Okay, gold, silver, all the good things, okay, that are mentioned in Deuteronomy 28, the blessings, Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, these are blessings. The Most High kneels before us, much like a father reaches down, kneels down to his child and gives them a gift, okay? So the Most High is going to do that for Egypt. Let's read this again, Isaiah 19:25, New King James. Who the Most High of hosts shall bless, shall kneel before and give gifts, saying, blessed is Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance. Okay? Same people. We are Moors by blood. By blood. Okay? Genesis chapter 2. Natural people of the earth. Okay? Now, recall, we are the substance and subject matter of the law. Therefore, you cannot talk about law without talking about Moors. You cannot talk about substance without talking about Moors, okay? The subject matter of the law is Moors, gold, silver, other things of value, right? And the law is for the Moors. So therefore the Moors are the law. I, self, law, am master. I, self, law, am master. We went through what this means in the course. Does it make clear? Are we making connections now? I, self, law, am master. Islam, not a religion. These are principles. I, self, law. What law? Natural law. Am master. You're master, what does that mean? Let's look it up. Let's look up what master means. Okay, let's look up what master means. Okay, so there's a master and a slave, right? Master is someone, especially a man, who has a servant or a slave, okay? Master is someone who has a servant or a slave. In other words, you are the power, okay? And then there's other definitions too, but for the sake of time, we won't get into all of that. Well, I like this one. Master, one who has control over another. You have control over what? Your own mental, okay? Your own thoughts, your own behavior. That's called government, right? You govern your mental. You control your own behavior. That's called sovereignty, okay? sovereignty. So this is what? Connotatively speaking, this is God. You are God. Okay. You are a God, or you are a power. Okay. You are a power, a creative power. You create your own reality, whether you realize it or not, based upon how you feel most of the time. How you feel most of the time. Okay. But that's a different story. All right, let's go back to the presentation. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I don't see anything in the chat. All right. Oh, well, okay. Let's continue. Okay. Oops, the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. Let's continue. See, I think I might stop here. Okay, this might be something hard for Hebrew Israelites to swallow, right? But it is what it is. It's in the scripture, okay? The Most High says that the Egyptians are my people. The Assyrians are my people. And then he says that the house of Yasharala is his inheritance, okay? It is what it is. Got to accept it, okay? That's Isaiah 19:25. All right, so we're not going to read Nehemiah 9, at least not today. These are supportive. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Nehemiah 9. This is showing that after Babylonian captivity, according to Nehemiah, if you watch the video that I did yesterday, you would know that the promised land is a burning waste, and there's absolutely no way, it's a complete impossibility for the house of Yasharala to return to the promised land because it was a burning waste. It could not support life, no water, no plants, so on and so forth. But in Nehemiah, it says that our ancestors, the house of Yasharala, married foreign wives who were Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Ammonites, Moabites, Egyptians, and Amorites. Okay, that's what it says. But this is an impossibility, right? This is not true, because according to Deuteronomy 29, the condition of the promised land is that it cannot support life. So why did they do this? Right? This is clearly Jeremiah 8:8 occurrence where the scribe is attempting to what? Create division, conquer through division, okay? By saying that there's problems with these people. All right, clearly that is not the case. As a matter of fact, let me show that. If y'all haven't seen that video, go back and watch the video, okay? That video is called, what's the name of that video? I'll show it. Give me a second, I'll show it. Deuteronomy 29. All right, Deuteronomy 29. Let's do modern English. All right, Deuteronomy 29 out of the NIV. Okay, all right. We'll start with 19 and we'll read to about 23, okay? So when such a person hears the words of this oath and they invoke a blessing on themselves, thinking I will be safe, even though I persist in going my own way, they will bring disaster on the watered land. Watered land would be land where there's lakes, rivers, streams, so on and so forth. Okay, as well as dry. Dry land would be land where the surface is dry. For example, your front yard or a farm, okay, where you can grow plants, okay? That land is going to be destroyed because these people, or if the people go worshiping foreign gods, okay? 20, the Most High will never be willing to forgive them. His wrath and his zeal will burn against them. And all the curses written in this book will fall on them. See, all means 100%, not 50%, not 10%, not 1%. It means 100% of the curses written in this book will fall on them. And one of those curses is the complete destruction of the land where it cannot be lived on. It would be completely burned like Sodom and Gomorrah, but don't believe me, we're going to read it. Let's continue. The Most High will never be willing to forgive them. That's for worshiping the other deities. You read that further, a couple verses up. And the Most High will blot out their names from under the heavens. 21. The Most High will single them out from all the tribes of Israel for disaster according to all the curses of the covenant, but that's the contract in modern language, right? Written in this book of the law. So the governing document is what? The book of the law. Okay, not what a prophet said, not what Jeremiah said, not what Nehemiah, Isaiah, anybody. Okay, the governing document, according to the curses, is what? Book of the law. The book of the law, not some prophet. All right, it's here, right there. Accept it or reject it, that's up to you. But if our people go worshiping other powers, the governing document is the book of the law, the curses and the blessings, right? 22, your children who follow you in later generations and foreigners who come from distant lands will see the calamities. What are calamities? Let's take a look at the word calamities, all right? Okay, now remember, scholars, we're dealing now, as always, not with religion, but we're dealing with what? Law and linguistics, etymology, grammar rules, and things like that. We do not deal with religion and theology. There's nothing in that, all right? So the meaning of calamity is a disastrous event marked by great loss and lasting distress, suffering, okay? All right, so we can let this one go. In our classes, we go further into that, but for now, we don't need to do that. Go back to our verse. If you all want more, come to our Saturday class, okay? Come to the Saturday class and you'll get a whole lot more than this, all right? Okay, so actually the Saturday class, you get 2 free classes. Sometimes we give more. It just depends on the class dynamics and how everything is working out. All right, and what your needs are and what your abilities are. All right, so let's continue. So they will see the calamities that have fallen on the land and the diseases with which the Most High has afflicted it. So what are diseases? We don't need to go into that, right? But we know, no, let's look up diseases. Let's make this clear for everyone to see. All right. We leave no doubt, okay? Disease, an illness that affects a person, in this a person, animal, or plant, okay? In this case, the land. Okay, but what's the land? Land is portable land, right? Anything of value that comes out. All right, a condition that prevents the body or mind from working normally, okay? All right, so now let's go back to our verse. All right, so land is going to be sick, right? Notice 23, the whole land will be a burning waste of salt and sulfur. The whole means what? All, right? The whole is not some, the whole is all. The whole land, not part of the land. Not part of the land, for example, Jerusalem would not be burned. No, Jerusalem will be burned. The whole land will be burned. That's what it says, right? The whole land, the whole promised land will be burned. It will be a burning waste of salt and sulfur. Nothing planted, nothing growing, nothing sprouting, and no vegetation growing on it. Okay, so that means there's no food. There's nothing for anything or anybody to eat. It will be like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Most High overthrew in his fierce anger. And all the nations will ask, why has the Most High done this to this land? Why this fierce burning anger? See, it's fierce burning anger. Why? Because that anger burned up the land completely, made it into a desert. And the answer will be, it is because the people abandoned the covenant of the Most High, the power of their ancestors, the covenant he made with them when he brought them out of Egypt. They went off and worshiped other powers, these external deities, and bowed down to them, powers they did not know, powers he, that's the Most High, had not given them. Therefore, the Most High's anger burned against this land, completely toasted it. It's nothing but a desert now. So that he brought all the curses of the book, or of this book, okay, the book of the law. In furious anger and in great wrath, the Most High uprooted them from their land and thrust them into another land as it is now. Okay, so there's no return to the land until we return back to the Most High. Nobody disagrees with that. All right, but they might disagree with it after they hear this. All right, so let me show you guys the video, all right, that you should watch if you have not seen this video. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find it. So go to my YouTube channel, Zion Law School. Oops. So go to Zion Law School somewhere. Where is it? All right, Zion Law School. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Zion Law. All right, so let's see. Let me show y'all the video. This is the video right here. The truth about the New Testament according to Moses. So y'all can watch that video and you'll get all of this information that we're talking about now. All right, so y'all ready to wrap it up? I guess y'all are, because nobody has put anything in the chat. I don't see any chat conversations. So I guess that's it. We'll finish it. We'll do more tomorrow. Okay, we'll do more tomorrow. And yeah, we'll do more tomorrow. So I don't know what these slides are. I don't remember what slides are coming next. But yeah, we'll do more tomorrow, okay? So go back and research this. Make sure y'all watch this video so you have a grasp on this, okay? This is really key information. So the take-home points right now is that all natural people are Moors. Anyone who sprung from the soil, that means they come from Genesis chapter 2 through Adam, you are a Moor by definition, okay? A Moor by definition, okay? Why a Moor by definition? Because, actually, this is probably the best way to close out. Okay, let's go back to Black's Law Dictionary. Why? Because land, Moors, this is a noun. Moors, that's a noun, okay? Land is a noun, okay? Land is a noun, Moors is a noun. Land is Moor, and Moors are land, okay? Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2, we don't need to read that again. But the Most High created a man from the dust of the ground, correct? He created a man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. So what's the principle there? The Most High creates substance. The Most High creates substance. Therefore, Moors are the substance. Substance is what? That which has inherent value. Are the substance and therefore the subject matter of the law. See, why do you need a law to govern something that doesn't have any substance, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like a corporation or like a charter. It means nothing. You don't need a law to govern that. Okay, so this is getting back at Seeley 15's, the answer to Seeley 15's question, right? We're going to get into that maybe tomorrow. We'll get into it. So you don't need a law to govern nothing, things that don't matter. You need a law to govern things that matter, right? So that's clear. So the subject matter of the law is substance, which is land, and those things that are extracted from the land. Is that clear, everybody? That's clear. So the law is made for Moors, and mores make the law. Okay, so in other words, your rights end, well, let me rephrase that. Your rights are whatever you say they are. Okay, this is part of what makes you a power. In today's English, they would say God, right? This is what makes you a power. Okay, your rights are whatever you say they are. You were given at birth everything that you need mentally and physically to create your own reality. And believe it or not, the reality that you're experiencing right now, you created it. Right? You may not realize that right now, but that's the fact. Okay. Why? Because you are a creative power. Okay. So you are the substance and subject matter of the law. You are the law. Moors, natural people, Genesis chapter 2 people, are the substance of the law, the subject matter of the law. Okay, I, self, law, and master. Your rights are whatever you say they are. In other words, the law is whatever you say the law is. And your rights only end where it begins to cause harm to somebody else. Okay, what's the natural law? Do no harm. Do no harm, okay? All right, so I hope everyone learned something, got something from this lesson. Support Zion Law School in any way you can. We've written many books. We have the streaming online course. You can get all of this at zionlawschool.org, zionlawschool.org. Go sign up for our 101 Ancient Ibaryath course, okay? If you want to be able to do what I do, take that course, okay? 101 Ancient Ibaryath. It's a purple. Let me show it. Let me show it to y'all. I highly recommend y'all do this, okay? And I'm not just saying it, you know, to try to push it, but it is the best thing you can do. It will help you. It will improve your reading comprehension. In English, you'll read everything differently. This will greatly improve your life. So go ahead and subscribe to this, okay? You get $1 for 1 day free trial, okay? There's no doctrine, no religion, no doctrine. $10 a month to subscribe, and you can cancel anytime. So you'll learn the Ibaryath pictographs, you'll learn the culture, the grammar, word studies. This is really phenomenal. There's 225 words in it. And we also offer a Saturday class that I invited y'all to. But you'll just click on one of the videos. Okay, actually, I forgot about this. Hold on. Click on one of the videos and you'll see, here's the link. Yes, I'm in. Click on that and it'll take you here. Okay, it'll take you here and then scroll down and you can register, okay, and then register and you'll get an email. But y'all be sure to support, okay, so I can keep doing this. Support, also buy our books. Go to the website, zionlawschool.org, go to products, and you can buy our books. If you want to look inside of the books to see what you want, go to Amazon.com and use their look inside feature, but don't buy from Amazon, okay? Because they take too much money. By the time the money gets to me, it's almost nothing. All right, so these are our books, okay? So I'll support the work that I'm doing, okay? So I can continue to do this. I would appreciate that. I want to make the school grow. I want to really make the school grow. So that we can be impactful and especially help our people to return to the Most High by getting out of these religions, okay, all of them. I don't have anything against any one religion. I just want to get into the blessings, right? Okay, and the only way we can do that is to exit these religions and start following the Most High's instructions, which is following natural law. Natural law is common law, which is common sense. Don't harm anybody, okay? It is just that simple. Shalom, I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. If you have any questions, come see me Saturday, send me an email, or you can call me, okay? So Shalom, I am privileged and thankful to be able to present this information to you.